All this month, I have been talking about practical manifestation techniques because I believe and I know that manifestation is a skill, and as such, you can get better at it with practice, with little hacks. So let's talk about the law of attraction. Get down to basics, the law of attraction. The first step in the law of attraction is knowing what you want. Not knowing what you don't want, but knowing what you want in a positive, very crystal clear way. What do you want? One way that you can help yourself get to that target is by knowing what you don't want. It's very rare that I would suggest that you go into the negative, but in this instance, it actually does help. Get in the negative. What don't you want? And think about that and analyze that. Here's a very mundane day-to-day example that happens to all of us, no matter if you live alone and you're just talking to yourself or you live with a large family, group of people, whatever. The daily question of what do you want for supper? If you're the main cook in your house, what do you want for supper? That's a question I ask my family almost every single day or at the beginning of the week when I'm planning out my menu. What do you want for supper? And the answer is generally, I don't know, doesn't matter, whatever. And then, of course, I serve something and they turn up their noses because it wasn't what they wanted, but they weren't crystal clear. So how to get around that? What don't you want for supper? Do you want fish and chips for supper? No. Do you want pizza for supper? No, we had that last night. Do you want chicken for supper? No. And then finally, by eliminating all what you don't want, you get to what you do want. Do you want spaghetti for supper? Yeah, that would be great. So by knowing what you don't want, you move towards what you do want. And analyze why you don't want it. Do you want fish and chips for supper? No. Ask why. Why don't you want fish and chips for supper? Well, because it's deep fried and I don't really like fish prepared that way. Whatever. Okay, you don't want anything deep fried. You don't want fish with batter on it. That, again, narrows things down to what you actually do want. What about your job? What don't you want in a job? Well, I don't want to sit at a desk all day. I don't want to do shift work and have to work overnight. I do like it when my schedule varies and I don't always work Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. Start with what you don't want and analyze why you don't want that. Why don't you want shift work? Well, because I have young kids and I can't work the overnight shift. Well, because it's too hard on your body and too hard on me when I don't get proper sleep. That, of course, it just directs you towards what you do want. Now, a caveat to that is when you do decide, okay, this is what I want. I want spaghetti for supper. Make sure you're also open to other opportunities, other things that you may not have thought of. So say, I want spaghetti for supper or something better. I want a job with flexible hours and good pay and great coworkers or something better. Because you don't know what's out there. It is hard to determine what is out there. If you ask an 18-year-old, what do you want to do with your life? Well, the possibilities are so broad and they've never even thought of some of the possibilities that could be the best thing that ever happened to them. You always need to be open to opportunities for something better to come along. The law of attraction, like attracts like. Narrow it down to what you assume that you want and assume the wish fulfilled that you've already achieved that, but always be open for something better to come along. So make sure you take a few minutes to analyze your life because this is important. This is your life. You only get one of them. Analyze your life. Analyze your thoughts. Get your thoughts right because thoughts do become things. So don't dwell on the negative. Again, maybe spend a little bit of time there in order to point you towards the positive, but then dwell on the positive over and over again. Robotic affirmation style, dwell on the positive. Get it into your subconscious mind, that positive of what you do want Always be ready for something better to come along, because we are so narrow-minded and short-sighted that we don't even realize the possibilities out there in the universe. And when it comes to law of attraction, step number 1, be crystal clear on what you desire. Make sure you spend the time figuring out what you do desire in all areas of your life. We all want health, we all want wealth, we all want love in our lives. Make sure you take the time to analyze yourself, your life, your surroundings, reflect on it, do the work. It doesn't take long, and it's so important in order to start to manifest your reality. Become a conscious creator of your reality. That's so important. Become conscious of how you are creating your reality, because your thoughts do become things. My thoughts become things. I know that, and I take that seriously, and I use all these practical manifestation techniques in my life in order to consciously create my reality. As always, remember that you are capable. You are capable of doing this. You are enough. Just as you are enough. You have the ability. And you are worthy. You are worthy of all things great and wonderful and miraculous in this life, in this world, in this universe. You are worthy of it. And you are powerful beyond belief. You don't even realize how powerful your thoughts are, how powerful you are. You can manifest your reality. You can consciously create your reality. So get out there and do it. If necessary, spend a little time in the negative in order to get you to the positive. Knowing what you don't want is so helpful in narrowing it down to what you actually do want in this world. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. If you've watched this far, I know you'll really enjoy this video here. Please like and subscribe. I truly appreciate it, and I'll see you in another video.